Okay, first video for Unit 6, midpoint and distance formula. This unit is very formula heavy, like Unit 3 almost, where you're going to have to memorize 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 formulas or so. So we'll start with midpoint. Midpoint's actually the easiest one because it's actually giving you halfway between one endpoint to the other. We'll try an example up here. So I want to find the midpoint between -10, 5 and 0, 9. So there's actually two ways you can do this. One way is use the formula. But another way is I can actually draw that line on a coordinate grid or a piece of paper or whatever and just count to the middle of that line with a midpoint. So let's try that method first and then we'll go ahead and use the formula. So I'm just going to simply make a point here and a point here and I'm going to draw a line. This is going to be -10, 5 and this is going to be 0, 9. So now I know that these are coordinate pairs or ordered pairs. So if my first x value is -10 and I have to go to 0, what's halfway between there? So you're going to see what the distance is between those 2 points. So I know that I'm going to have to go 10 units to the right. So half of that is 5. So my coordinate point for x in the middle has to be 5. And then we're going to do the same thing with the y value. So I know I'm starting at the y value of 5. I have to go to a y value of 9. So there's 4 in between that gap. So half of 4 is 2. So the midpoint for this line is 5, 2. Now let's go ahead and put it into the formula just to make sure that we were right. So I'll put the midpoint here just to remember what we had the first time. So label your points. It just makes it a lot easier. Right? I don't want to make a silly mistake because I didn't label. I don't want to use the same coordinate point twice because that's going to make it all messy. Plugging it into the formula. So -10 plus the x2 value of 0, and that's divided by 2. Now, this is pretty simple. It's a really easy calculation. But let's go ahead and finish it. First y value is 5, next y value is 9, so I'm actually adding those, and then dividing by 2, and this is what the midpoint's going to be. So -10 plus 0 is -10 divided by 2, -5, and 5 plus 9 is 2, 14 divided by 2 is 7. So our coordinate pair is totally wrong. Did you catch the mistake? I hope that you caught the mistake. You can still see the shadow. That's not cool. You can still see the shadow. See my shadow? See my shadow?